Welcome, everyone. We are so glad you are here. Today's session is all about PowerCenter modernization strategies that are delivering real results for organizations just like yours. If you're ready to unlock faster modernization, reduce cost, and future proof your data infrastructure, you are in exactly the right place. My name is Akash, and I lead product marketing for PowerCenter modernization here at Informatica. I get to work with customers every day who are navigating this journey. So we have prepared a session filled with real world examples and actionable approaches that we hope you will find valuable. So let's get started and make the most of our time together. Please take a moment to read this disclaimer. Now let's walk you through today's session. We have structured this to be tight, impactful, and informative. So we'll start by understanding why now is the right time to modernize, especially if AI is on your radar. Then we'll do a quick overview of PC mod program, what it is, and how it works. Then we'll also explore how Informatica and LTI Mindtree work together to accelerate your mod journey, including proven frameworks and purpose-built tools. You'll also get a sneak peek into customer success stories who have already taken this journey. And finally, we'll open it up for Q&A and closing thoughts. Before we jump right in, let me introduce our speakers for today. First, we have Ashu Saxena, is the VP of Product Management and Informatica. Ashu brings deep expertise in data modernization and has been instrumental in shaping our PC mod strategy. We are fortunate to have his leadership and insights with us today. We are also excited to have Prashant Pulgal from LTI Mindtree joining us. He's a go-to voice in data analytics and legacy to modern transformation. Prashant has a real gift for making complex modernization challenges feel manageable and practical. We can't wait to hear his insights and real-world perspectives. With that, let's get started.
Now, you would hear this from Informatica often, but it's worth repeating. There is no AI without cloud and data. We all hear the promises of AI, but the truth is AI is only as powerful as the data behind it. And that data needs to be clean, it needs to be connected, and it needs to be cloud native. And that's exactly what every data leader today is doubling down on. Nearly 9 out of 10 are increasing their investments in data management, specifically to support AI and AI-related initiatives. And keep in mind, this is no longer a long-term vision. More and more of the organizations are adopting or looking to adopt fully cloud-native infrastructure and technologies in under 5 years. And that timeline is compressing fast. What's interesting is that companies who are actually getting results from Gen AI, that nearly 70% of them have already modernized their data foundations. That's exactly how they are able to leverage Gen AI. The link is clear. If you are aiming for AI, cloud and data readiness specifically is non-negotiable. It's also driving a huge push towards unified architectures, a trend that we are seeing increasingly, nearly 80% in top performing organizations. So when we say that there is no AI without cloud and data, we are not being dramatic. That is where the market is headed, and fast. Now, you may ask the question, what are the drivers? What are the primary reasons why there is a wave, a push that organizations are seeing to act now? When we double click on the drivers that business starts to see as a primary reason to invest into cloud modernization, we see customer experience. We see regulatory shifts. We see enhanced AI-based initiatives leading to greater improvement of all kinds of business imperatives. The way to think about modernization is to remove friction between your data and the outcomes that you expect from that data. especially business leaders, are modernizing to boost agility, cut costs, accelerate innovation. Not far behind, technical side, CTOs, CIOs, they are increasingly dealing or having to deal with aging infrastructure, siloed tools and technologies that hurt them in being able to adopt AI fast and fast enough. The need to integrate AI into their data flows just does not pan out if you have infrastructure that continues to be predominantly on-prem. Strategically also, it's about future-proofing. It's about being ready for what comes next. And that is the reason. That are the drivers. Those are the drivers that are making this push, this wave that's here and now. Now, on paper, it all sounds great. Practically speaking, it's complex, it's costly, it's resource intensive. Let's double click on a couple of these points. So what we did was to poll a large number of our install base to try and understand what are the reasons, what are the things that customers are seeing that impact a large scale ability to benefit from modernization. Now, PowerCenter customers like yourself have thousands of these mappings and workflows over the years. Imagine having to refactor them to work in cloud. You would break dependencies. You would have a lot of work ahead of you. It is not a small feat. Then skills mismatch, skills scarcity. The skills that were applicable for the on-prem technologies like PowerCenter, which, by the way, back in the day were great, but increasingly the on-prem technologies are no longer sufficient to deal with the new paradigms of elastic execution, parameterized pipelines, ability for you to connect to all kinds of endpoints that are no longer connectable from the on-prem technologies. The fear of metadata drift is real. You risk losing critical context, lineage, business values if you were to go through this translation. We have seen customers increasingly struggle with this huge decision that lays ahead of them. We call it the replatforming decision. Should I lift and shift? Or should I replatform? Should I rebuild? Or should I go hybrid? And that is a problem that just does not affect at the beginning of the project. Sometimes it lays bare mid-projects and truly stalls them. So here at Informatica, realizing all of these, built out an automated tooling, a migration accelerator with guided frameworks to de-risk your journey of modernization without forcing you to rebuild from the scratch. Now, if you have to think about how to modernize in a pragmatic fashion, I'm laying out a few key tenets that I believe are extremely important. Architecting with the future state in mind and not just moving assets as is over is very important. Designing with the target state in mind, modular, API first, elastic, AI ready is very important. We talked about cloud first. Choosing the platform that's built for cloud and not retrofitted into it makes or breaks the modernization journey. That means serverless execution, built-in auto-scaling, integration with cloud object stores. These are just a few examples of a long list of primitives that are necessary for a cloud-native platform. Now, we talked about you as a PowerCenter customer has thousands of business assets that you rely on today. So your ability to repurpose them, reuse them, and not lose the years of logic is crucial to your success. Start small and scale. There is no need for you to think big bang. Chew, small, and swallow. Start with a high impact domain. Pick one. Customer 360, finance-based initiative, supply chain. These are great examples where you can start small, iterate, and see the results before you invest further in it. And last but not the least, remember, it's not just about technology and the pipelines and the modernization thereof. It's about making sure that you have the trusted data that's available for your data consumers. And that means cataloging, governance, self-service. All of these are very, very important. Now we have seen how critical cloud and data are to enable AI. But let's talk about the destination. This is IDMC, or Informatica's Intelligent Data Management Cloud. A quick way to think of that is an operating system. A complete operating system for your data. Whether you are building data pipelines, managing data quality, governing access, or feeding AI and ML models. IDMC truly brings all of that together. Now, unlike siloed tools in the past, IDMC is designed to work across multiple clouds and is hybrid in that sense. It gives you, by default, services like cloud data integration for your ELT, job ingestion patterns. Streaming is right there. Data quality, data observability, cloud data governance and catalog that we just talked about, marketplace, ability to master your data through MDM. All of that is natively available on the platform. And most importantly, is the layer of CLAIRE. CLAIRE, as you would have heard from Informatica by now, is the one that's powering the copilots, the agents, and the agentic AI-based solutions that are now available throughout the Informatica stack. So remember, this is not just migration, it's truly transformation for your organization, going from, let's say, a project-based implementation to a unified data management. Now that you know what's possible, let's double click on the PC modernization program itself. We put together this program several years back, and what you are seeing on the screen are the details, the components of that program. Now, before I double click on that, a common question that gets asked is, I have thousands of these PowerCenter assets. I've created them over years. I have a large amount of my business process, business logic that's sitting in those mappings, in those workflows. Do I have to start from the scratch? Do I have to rebuild all of that in Informatica Cloud? And the answer is no, absolutely not. For that very reason, The first thing there is cloud native products with full backward PowerCenter compatibility. From day one, you are virtually leveraging every single one of your PowerCenter asset natively running as is without you having to rewrite the code. On top of that is the migration automation. This is where we took a factory-based approach, a migration methodology, to build out the ability to assess your repository, essentially answering the question of what is the metadata in that repository. Then we built conversion, the automation tooling that provides you upwards of 90% conversion ability to take a PowerCenter asset, metadata workflow, and convert that over into its equivalent CDI asset. Combine that with testing and validation. Claire is here again. It's providing you recommendations, best practices. It's not just doing as is migration, it's optimizing that migration. Customer success is here to support you through that journey. And last but not the least are our partners and professional services. They have been trained with specialized knowledge, skills that they bring to the table. So next time you are executing in a project, please remember, we are here to help you. Let's talk about the three components that I just talked about in greater detail. CDI for PowerCenter is essentially taking a PowerCenter workload and allowing it to be run on Informatica Cloud in a smooth, controlled, efficient manner. Now it is connected to cloud, and by that nature, it is able to consume all the updates that are directly available to it. You no longer have to worry about upgrades. PC to CDI modernization is the set of tools and technologies that we have built to allow you to convert your assets as automated as possible. As I said, nearly 90% of the automated conversion is available through this technology. And cloud data validation is essentially comparing two data sets side by side. The jobs run on PowerCenter, the jobs run after the conversion. Those two data sets, ability to do an exact match, fuzzy match, missing records, things of that nature can be very quickly identified, reducing time, reducing effort. Now, all of these put together are providing you a complete modernization solution for you if you are looking to migrate your PowerCenter workloads to the cloud.
All right, thanks, Ashu. That was a really great walkthrough of our PC mod journey. I think what really stands out is how that phased approach is working so well for our customers. They are able to modernize without disrupting their day to day operations, and they are seeing value along the way. So, now let's hear from Prashant on how this actually plays out in the field. Prashant, please take it away.
Thank you, Ashu, for inviting me to participate in today's webinar. LTIM is proud to be one of Informatica's top tier global partners. Together, we help organizations accelerate adoption of the Informatica full stack. We build deep, best in class Informatica capabilities supported by a dedicated center of excellence focused on modern AI powered cloud data management. As enterprises shift their data gravity to cloud and accelerate AI adoption, one principle becomes clear. Data for AI only succeeds when data preparation, data processing, and responsible data practices are all designed together, not in silos. Let me now briefly highlight the strength of our partnership and the value it delivers to our customers. First, we have driven over 80 plus joint modernization programs helping organizations transition to IDMC. Second, we've invested significantly in modern talent, with over 1,500 plus Informatica professionals who are delivering engagements across our global clients. Third, we have leveraged our experience and codified it into an accelerator IRX, which enables faster assessment, rationalization, and modernization to IDMC. The accelerator reduces the risk and cost of migration and also improves time to value. In the next slide, let me walk you through a structured approach for modernizing Informatica Power Center to IDMC. Here you can see we have organized the journey into four phases: strategize, migrate, sustain, and augment. In the strategize phase, we begin with a deep analysis of the existing environment. Using automated discovery, we identify all the assets, mappings, workflows, and dependencies, and establish a complete inventory. Next, we evaluate the complexity and interdependencies that are associated with the objects. Not all jobs are equal. We classify them by migration difficulty, technical debt, and modernization readiness. This helps us define a phased roadmap. When we leverage IRX automation to convert the Power Center objects into IDMC native components, the automation reduces manual efforts and ensures structural consistency. Once the migration is done, in the post-migration phase, we conduct a structured validation, both technical validation and business reconciliation, ensuring parity in performance, logic, and data accuracy. Migration alone is not success. We ensure execution stability through structured data validation framework, observability, and cost monitoring. And we focus on pipeline automation or optimization as well. This is where we embed operational excellence into the platform. And finally, once we're done with the three phases, we do help clients move beyond migration to modernization, embedding governance, data trust, and responsible AI principles through our trust framework. This ensures that the platform is not just cloud enabled, but AI ready. In this entire journey, we are looking for rapid acceleration to the tune of 50 to 60% and a reduction in total cost of ownership for our clients. And to bring this approach to life, I will now transition to a demo of our solution IRX, the accelerator that powers automated discovery, complexity assessment, migration to IDMC. Let me now demonstrate IRX in action, modernizing from legacy to IDMC. We begin by creating a project and selecting the source as the legacy platform and target as IDMC. The first component is the Smart Analyzer, which supports the strategize phase. It scans the existing environments automatically to create a detailed inventory of the ETL objects. Behind the scene, the process analyzer ingests the XML data and from the sources and extracts all the components, providing full visibility into the structure and the dependencies of the legacy objects. Next, we move into the migrate module, which includes specialized parsers for legacy and Power Center. Here we select the current and the target technologies that will be migrating, and the migrator does the conversion and provides a detailed insights into the various complexity ratings, the migration status, and the automation percentages of the conversion. Here you can see a sample job that has been converted successfully. Once the migration is done, the Smart Deploy component pushes the converted code directly into the IDMC ecosystem. Finally, we have the Govern module, which ensures operational control. It provides cost monitoring with IPU consumption visibility, and includes an IPU calculator to help our customers estimate the IPU workloads required for running specific jobs. With that, I would like to move into few of the client success stories to demonstrate how IRX and LTIM is able to deliver measurable impact to our clients. Let me now share a brief case study that demonstrates how this modernization approach comes to life in the real world environment. Our client was operating in a highly complex legacy data landscape. The platform supported critical functions like eligibility processing, claims management, and other downstream analytics. Over time, the environment had become tightly coupled and difficult to scale. The client faced limited agility, raising maintenance cost, and growing compliance pressure. This is where LTIM was chosen as the modernization partner to move to IDMC. We leveraged our deep domain and technical expertise to deploy Informatica IDMC as the client's core data management platform. We executed a pragmatic and a structured three-prong approach. First, for the majority of the workloads, we applied a lift, improve, and shift strategy where our IRX solution was used to automate conversion from legacy to IDMC. This significantly reduced the migration timeline and effort. Secondly, we approximately about 10 to 15% of the workloads required targeted re-engineering. These were pipelines with embedded SQL logics, performance bottlenecks, or architectural inefficiencies. We optimized those during the modernization process to align with cloud native design principles. Finally, roughly about 5% of the estate, we had to do a full redesign. These were legacy constructs that no longer aligned with future state architecture or regulatory requirements. This ensured that the client wasn't just migrating technical debt into the cloud. An additional benefit was rationalization of legacy licensing cost and generating measurable savings while modernizing. The outcomes were significant. They now operate on a scalable cloud native platform capable of supporting evolving requirements and analytics expansion. And most importantly, the accelerated modernization through the combined Informatica and LTM automation led approach reduced risk, cost, and improved time to value.
All right. Thank you, Prashant. I really appreciate you sharing those insights with us today. Now we are at the end of the session, and thanks to everyone for joining us. We hope you're walking away with some practical strategies for your PC mod journey. If you want to dive deeper, check out our PC mod webpage on the Informatica website. We have got some case studies, guides, and tons of helpful resources there. And keep an eye out for more events like this one. If you'd like to learn more or continue the conversation, feel free to reach out or explore our solutions on the IDMC platform. Thanks again, everyone. We appreciate you being here. Thanks again, everyone. We appreciate you being here. See you in the next one.